Welcome to Lotus on Track. Today we have coverage from the Lotus Cup UK at Brands Hatch and highlights from the Lotus Cup Europe at Magny-Cours in France. Hi Adrian, it's your first time racing with Lotus Cup UK and how's it going so far?
It's a baptism of fire of the major quantities in that very little track time before we picked up the car and learning quite a lot very quickly. Never done road going tyres, never done mid-engine cars, never done lots of things on this car, so lots to learn, but thoroughly enjoying it. I have to say the people have been brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Oh, that's great. And you went out for practice yesterday. I heard you had a little trouble. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I coming through clearways, I put the power on and the back came round to meet the front, unfortunately. Got to learn to be a little bit more progressive on the power and hopefully all will come right next time.
So qualifying went well for you?
Yeah, really well. Pole position, it was quite a messy session, to be honest. We went out, we had a safety car halfway through, which was a first for me. Rather than red flagging the session, they brought a safety car out. We had a car broken down on the way into clearways. So we were already on pole by then. Went back out, dropped down to second place. Waited for a bit of space on track, went back out and yeah, just squeezed another pole time in there.
Great, well done. And Charlotte, it's your second race of the year. Are you feeling more confident this time?
Yeah, we've done a lot of work in between. Fulvio's been out on a lot of track days. My times have come down by a lot, so looking forward to it. Should be good. I mean, hopefully we can get a podium tomorrow.
Well done, you've just qualified pole position. Are you expecting good results for tomorrow?
I hope so, yeah. We had a bit of a rotten round at Silverstone. What could have gone wrong did go wrong, and we should have really had that win, but you know, we lost it all on our own accord. So we're hoping we have a bit better luck this weekend. Pole's good. We're quite heavy, so it's a difficult car around the tight Indy track. It's probably our worst circuit, so it was good to get on pole, and let's hope we hang on in there tomorrow. You know, good.
Now it's time for the race, and we've got another full grid for the Lotus Cup UK. Let's see the action.
Round two then of the 2012 Lotus Cup UK, and an absolutely capacity grid. 32 cars taking to the start here at Brands Hatch, supporting the DTM meeting with Campbell Cassidy and Chris Randall on pole position. Chris Randall starts the car, Adrian Hall alongside him on the front row. Rob Fenn starting, as does Paul McNeely on the second row of the grid there. Mark Gooday and Jack Goff on row 3. Watch for Rob Boston. He was very quick at Silverstone at the start of the year in his production class car. Liz Halliday again, disappointing qualifying perch. She's in 17th as the rolling start as ever in Lotus Cup UK. About to go underway, the red lights flash out and away they go, and into an immediate lead goes Chris Randall. He sprints away there. Rob Fenn goes side by side with Adrian Hall into Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. Fenn squeezes through in the Go Green Motorsport car. The production cars surging through in the background. Such a variety of machinery in the Lotus Cup UK as they climb up towards Drew's for the first time. Tom Chataway looking to gain places, as is Glenn Sherwood in his 6. Also a glimpse there of Steve Williams in the Evora. There's the other Evora coming around the outside of Glenn Sherwood, and that is Gavin Kershaw gaining the place as he looks to move up through the order. So it's still Chris Randall who leads it. Just about everybody else in second position at the moment as they all jostle for position, accelerating on towards Surtees. Then to clear was Adrian Hall in the blue car, just looking to the inside of Rob Fenn. In car with Rob now as he accelerates onto the Bramham Straight and on to complete the first lap of the race. Already disappearing in the distance is Chris Randall. Adrian Hall joins us on the right hand side of the picture. Is Adrian going to go through here? Yes, he does. Hall has showed so well at Silverstone at the start of the year until retirement forced him out of the race, but he is up into second position as the field streaming through. Good start as well there for Jack Goff. He's got Marcus Jewell and Steve Train just on his tail. Then the slight gap back to Gavin Kershaw. Well, now Adrian Hall's through. He's rather caught, isn't he? Because the cars are still more or less in the continuous line from second place down to 32nd place as they accelerate on towards Surtees once more. All the while, Chris Randall breaking clear at the head of the field. Randall and Europa disappearing out of the shot. It's Mark Gooday making strong progress early in the race. He's on the tail of Paul McNeely. Good to see Paul going so well as well. Disappointing end to last year for Paul McNeely and BJ Chong. Likewise at Silverstone, they didn't quite show as well as we had hoped. They're going very nicely here at Brands Hatch. And looking around the outside now, Rob Fenn is Paul McNeely. That's a very brave move into Paddock Hill Bend. Can he keep his footing around the outside? They go side by side in the drag race up towards Druids, but the inside line is held by Rob Fenn, and that should be enough to just about maintain that third place. It will be. Mark Gooday though, and Jack Goff trying to sneak up and gain the place as well. So 4 cars jostling for third position as the field streamed down from Druids, and Gooday looking now to the inside. Paul McNeely is going to have to defend into Surtees. He's got the 211 of Gooday to the inside, and has Gooday squeezed through? Not quite, as they jump over the curbs out of Surtees. McNeely forces himself wide, he then covers the line just in time, and now Gooday in turn is under threat from Jack Goff as they accelerate onto the Ram straight once more. Very, very lively start to this race. Kicking up the dust is Goff. Ferocious battle this with Mark Gooday, who again is trying to launch that bid to go around the outside. Paul McNeely, he commits himself, and Goff sails up the inside. So we get a replay of the start. Lights went out. Chris Randall checked out, just planting his right foot, disappearing into the lead. As everybody else streamed through, it was a good start from Rob Fenn. He followed through in Randall's wake and was able to poach the place off Adrian Hall into paddock. Also, Paul McNeely and Mark Gooday getting away well. The production cars streaming cleanly through Paddock Hill Bend. We will keep an eye on the production class battle, because that will be very, very closely fought. It's currently being led by Rob Boston. We go back to the action, and Jack Goff, having seen off Mark Gooday, is now right on the tail of Paul McNeely. The two Exiges bounce at the curbs at Graham Hill Bend, and Goff has now got the switchback. He's got the inside line, looking towards Surtees here as he draws alongside. Will he have gone through? Not quite. Again, McNeely favouring that very wide line through Surtees. He can then just cover his line through Clearways. Then the cars wind up the pace out of Clearways through Clark Curve onto Brown Straight. It's a great shot. You can see the dashboard lights flashing inside the cockpit of Jack Goff's Exige as he looks to change gear. But McNeely's got the straight line speed, and Goff will have to do something brave into Paddock Hill Bend here. He's not quite close enough. We've got wave yellow flags on the way into Paddock, I'm sure, whom that is will reveal itself fairly shortly as they climb up the hill towards Druids. And Mark Gooday is still very much on the prowl to gain his place back from Jack Goff, who uses all the curb a little bit more through Druids, trying to get himself a good run out of the hairpin on towards Graham Hill Bend. Couldn't quite do it, but he's about half a car length back from McNeely. Looks to the inside briefly on the way into Surtees, no way through there. So we look at some of the other runners. Glenn Sherwood still going well in his Exige. McNeely in the bright yellow-green car, still leading the all-black car of Jack Goff as they fight for 4th and 5th position in the round, and into the barrier goes Mark Gooday, and that's a big accident for Mark Gooday. A very quick part of the course to lose it, and that car is going to be in quite a vulnerable position. Well, he's certainly going no further today. Glad to see he's moving around in the cockpit. They do build these Lotus 211s very strong, and Mark Gooday wrestles himself out of the car through the roll hoop. He stalks away. May well take the opportunity to inspect the damage, which unfortunately is significant. Safety car, perhaps unsurprisingly, has been scrambled to pick up the field. They haven't quite picked up the lead yet. It's Paul Baker who they've picked up first of all in that queue. There's the race leader, Chris Landle, with Adrian Hall, Rob Fenn and the rest following behind him. Now the safety car has picked up the race leader, and what was a very, very close race, it's about to get even more competitive here, because all of Randall's advantage has been whittled away to absolutely nothing following the adventures of the safety car. Right, this is the cause of the yellow flags at Paddock Hill Bend. Warren Scott into the gravel, and unfortunately digging himself in. Quick driver Warren, but disappointed start to the year. Andy Napier then decides to enter Druids backwards. He rejoins though very easily. Now here we see again the Mark Gooday, he just tags the gravel trap, doesn't he, on the Exeter Clark curve across the circuit. Crunch, hello Armco, race over unfortunately there for Mark Gooday. Great work from the marshals. Safety car already in, and Chris Randall pulls the pin once more and tries to build an immediate advantage again over Adrian Hall. The race gets back underway. It's then Hall in the blue car in second, Rob Fenn in third in the black and green machine, and then Jack Goff in fourth, having a super drive here, Jack, in the early stage of the race before he hands over to Phil Capstick for the second half of the race. Up towards Druids, they fan out once more. Fenn looking to the inside of Adrian Hall, with then Goff in very close pursuit, as it has to be said, is Paul McNeely. Marcus Jewell then in the first of the 211s. That's the orange and black car with Steve Train in the sky blue machine just behind him. Gavin Kershaw also showing well. We also were just able to see there at the back of the shot, that's Rob Boston, who leads the production class at the moment. Multiple classes running in the Lotus Cup UK. It gives us full grids, a variety of machinery, pretty much every modern Lotus very well represented. Also means that we see some fantastic racing throughout the pack, as we're seeing here at Brands Hatch. So first lap of the restarted race about to be completed, and Jack Goff is lining up Rob Fenn for a move here. Fenn planting the car in the middle of the road. He then covers the inside line into Paddock Hill Bend, and as a result, nothing that Jack Goff can do about that as the field streamed down through Paddock Hill Bend. It is such a steep drop, the cameras really don't do it justice. They then climb up towards the hairpin at Druids, fairly quick hairpin Druids. The drivers then attempt to propel themselves down out of Druids into the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend, which can be an overtaking opportunity if you're close enough to the car in front. Jack Goff, though, wasn't on that occasion, so the order remains as it was, with still Chris Randall leading from Adrian Hall, Rob Fenn, and then Jack Goff. Hall just sliding the rear, though, of that Exige through Surtees. These drivers absolutely on the limit, because this is just a 55-minute race. The drivers really have to make every single lap count, because a single error, as you can see, will see them slip several places back down through the pack. So again, Jack Goff in the slipstream behind Rob Fenn. They take the high swooping line down through Paddock. An opportunity for Goff to try and draw alongside on this occasion. It's just going to be a case, isn't it, of piling the pressure onto Rob Fenn, make him defend when he doesn't have to, as he did into Druids then, and that will help the gap come down between third and fourth position. Then there's a slight gap back to Paul McNeely, who's being engaged in battle by Marcus Jewell in the 211, and then Jewell has now got Gavin Kershaw on his tail. Kershaw, sometime Lotus test driver, very, very quick driver. And it's good to see more of Auras out in the Lotus Cup UK, because they're a spectacular looking car. As they get increasingly sorted, they are very competitive. So Chris Randall leads here at Brands Hatch. We're going to take a short break. Join us in a moment for more action from Lotus on Track.